Hello, Lam here. Today I'm going to do a quick video on how to get Visual Studio working with Unity 5. It's not a straightforward, it just works. There's a sort of plug-in tool that you need to download and get that working. And the installer for that at the moment doesn't actually put the package in the right place, so we need to correct that so that it makes it much easier to import it into your project. But we'll cover that. First thing we want to do is go and actually get the tool that you need. Now I'm going to make an assumption here that you've already got Unity 5 installed and you've already got your own flavor of Visual Studio installed. Personally, I have Visual Studio 2012. You may have a different version. So what to do is to go to unityvs.com and basically click the link here. I'm sort of zoomed in a little bit just to make it easier to see, but click the link for the version you are using, the version of Visual Studio that you're using. I'm on 2012, so I've clicked this one, which opens up this sort of page here, and then you just click the big download button. If you've got a different version, it comes to a similar page. Hit the download button to start downloading it. Now I've already downloaded it just to save a bit of time, and all you have to do is click on this to run the installer, accept the terms and conditions as always, and let it install. Very, very quick thing to do. It's really quite a small extension, I suppose. Oh yes, it does actually. I have to rebuild the extension cache, which actually will take a few minutes. What can I explain at the moment while this is going on? Effectively, what will happen here is it will install Visual Studio tools in a certain place. Now what's meant to happen is that it's meant to put the package for this in a place where Unity can find it, so that when you actually go to use this in one of your projects, it's there in the list, so you can just click on it and use it. However, I think with Unity 5 is now looking at a different place from where this installs it. So the two aren't sort of matching up. So what you can do is just basically take a copy of the package that this installs and put it into the right place. You don't necessarily need to. You can import packages sort of indirectly or directly, I should say, by browsing to the location yourself. But you would need to do that for every project, and you might forget between projects. And it is much easier just to get it fixed now, and then you know, if you've got a new project coming up, it's just there, ready to use. This really does look like it's going to take a lot longer than I have words to say. So I'm going to snip here and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, it's done. Didn't actually take that long. So it's now installed. Click finish, and that's that done. So now, as I said before, we need to fix where it's installed to. So what we do is we find where it's installed to in the first place, which I have one I prepared earlier. So you'll go to C drive, program files, x86. No matter which version of Unity you have installed, or which type of operating system you have, because the program files x86 is for 32-bit applications. Normal program files folder is for 64-bit. So no matter what, it's always installed here. So it's program files, Microsoft Visual Studio tools for Unity, and then it has the year. Now this year corresponds to the version of Visual Studio that you have downloaded. Well, obviously the corresponding tools that you've downloaded for the version of Visual Studio that you have. So you'd go into the corresponding folder. If you get 2013, this will be 2013. If you have 2015 preview, this will be 2015, I would imagine. I haven't tried it, so I need to just yeah, just go with what you've got. So yeah, in here you'll see everything that the tools is installed. The only thing we are actually interested in here is this, the .unity package. You should see the type is .unity package file. We want this, so what you want to do is select it, left click just once, and right click and copy, or you could do Control C. Then we want to take it to the place where Unity is looking for these kind of packages. And again, I've got this one I've prepared earlier, and we go in here. Now this location, again, this one will depend on whether you have a 64-bit or 32-bit operating system. If you have a 32-bit operating system, you will have the 32-bit version of Unity, which means you would be looking in program files x86, Unity, editor, standard assets. I've got 64-bit operating system, 64-bit version of Unity installed. So I've got program files, Unity, editor, standard assets. So you go in here and you'll see all the sort of standard assets that comes with Unity. So just click into here, right click and paste, or Control V. You'll need to make sure you've got the permissions, so we'll hit continue. If you don't have admin rights, you won't be able to do this. However, I would strongly recommend, if you're doing development, that you have admin rights on the account that you're using. Just makes things so much easier. And that's it. So we can close these windows now. We don't need these. And what we do now is launch Unity. Now, I've already got one set up, just a blank new project. So actually I may have to restart this, but we'll see. We'll go to Assets, Import Package, and it's not here. So, okay, so much for preempting this bit. I'll close Unity and restart it. So here's my sample project. Suppose that's actually quite useful. If you did have Unity open at the time while you were doing all that, you'll need to do the same. You'll need to close it and reopen it. So, Assets, Import Package, Visual Studio 2012 Tools. And we'll get the list of everything at once. We go Import. And you'll see here under your project tab, you'll now have Unity VS, Unity Visual Studio. Now, you don't need to do anything with this. You can just keep that minimized. What you'll see eventually, there we go. You may need to click around in certain places just to sort of get it to refresh. You'll now get a Visual Studio Tools menu option, which is great. I'm pretty sure it does this by default, but you probably want to click Generate Project Files just at least the first time, just to make sure it's actually creating the right files for Visual Studio. And then click again, and then Open in Visual Studio, and this will launch Visual Studio. Now, obviously, this project doesn't have anything, no scripts or anything, so you're not going to see anything here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But let me just see how I can, if I can show you how this is actually. Well, okay. What we'll do is I'll make a very, very quick. Script. Okay. Create C# script. Sure. New behavior. Why not? go in here, reload all, and we'll see it's picked up on that new script, so it's there. It shows you all the references and the assets of the project now. It's all there. There you go. You've got your actual script showing up. Now, one of the great benefits of doing this over mono behavior, mono develop, I should say, is the fact that you can debug with this. I always had lots of problems with mono develop. Couldn't debug from it at all. But this will actually hook into Unity, which means I can actually launch debugging from here, and it will start the project and actually start debugging it. I can put in breakpoints and but when it breaks, I can see the values of variables and all that kind of good stuff, and that really is immensely useful to track down some proper head scratchers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you've got that done, it's always there. You just need to remember, for any new project, you'll always have to import that package again, but it'll always be there in your package explorer because we copied it into the correct place. So it'll always come here. So you start a new project, import package, and import the Visual Studio package that for the version of Visual Studio that you have. So that's that. As ever, if you find these videos useful, I would really appreciate it if you give me a little sub, and thanks.